Monday is Veterans Day, and today we are focusing on some veterans who are forgotten. Veterans who helped the United States but never really received any credit. It leads us to today's special, Fleeing Home, Hmong Memories of the Secret War. Hmong soldiers fought secretly under the CIA in Laos during the Vietnam conflict. When the U.S. pulled troops out of the region, those allies had to fight and run for their lives. Today, many of those Hmong soldiers now live here in Minnesota. Their Veterans Day story goes back to what's called the Secret War. It's here in St. Paul at Wellness Adult Day Services where Brooklyn Park resident Vang Kai Yang feels the most joy. Shooting pool, spinning the wheel, and competing in bingo. You can call it his American dream. Because what got him here meant putting his life on the line for American soldiers.
I was 22 years old when I joined the Special Guerrilla Unit. Communist North Vietnam wanted to take over neutral countries like Laos. We had to protect our country.
The United States CIA secretly recruited tens of thousands of Hmong soldiers like Vang Kai to fight against communists during the Vietnam War. Vang Kai eventually became a major, leading 400 soldiers at one point.
One of our duties was to protect the Ho Chi Minh Trail so communists couldn't go through the border.
The Hmong recovered downed airmen and guarded American bases. General Vang Pao led the Hmong soldiers.
So many people got killed. You can't count it all.
Thousands of Hmong civilians began to leave the mountains. Many died of hunger and disease. Others were killed in communist ambushes. Vang Kai fell back into the jungle.
We were very poor in the jungles. We ate leaves and whatever we can find. We did what we could to survive.
It took 3 years before Vang Kai would reach a refugee camp in Thailand.
The CA, the Laotian government, discussed about the future of Laos. Finally, they promised to work together.
Dr. Yang Dao was a politician of the Kingdom of Laos. He explains outside military involvement in Laos was not supposed to happen because of the Geneva Agreement.
If the USA didn't do anything to protect Southeast Asia, the communists would expand from China to North Vietnam, from North Vietnam to South Vietnam to Laos.
Yang Dao says a peace agreement was signed in 1973 to end the Vietnam War. But when the U.S. withdrew its troops, communists jumped at the opportunity to invade Laos and its neighbors. That left U.S. allies like the Hmong people in danger. Many fled for their lives.
37 people in my family, in 4 small cars. Could you imagine?
Yang Dao's family escaped in the early morning of May 15, 1975, slipping past 3 communist checkpoints.
All the barricades have left it, and the communist soldiers were sleeping.
Then Yang Dao used motorboats to get his family across the Mekong River, finally reaching refuge.
I was 11.
Thousands of others crossed the same river, like Phong He and his family.
My father.
Phong He was only a kid when he saw his village become a battleground. He's family relocated to the capital of Laos, where they helped Hmong civilians escape.
My father had to turn our home in Vientiane almost like an underground railroad, where we transfer Hmong people to live in our house and make them look like the local, and then, find an escape plan for them to come to Thailand.
1/3 of the Hmong population left Laos, and even when they reached a refugee camp, there was misery.
The Thai people did not treat us good. They would arrest people for no reason and send them to prison. They also rob and kill people.
Yang Dao and others pleaded with U.S. and France to let Hmong refugees into their countries.
They call us the male people. are illiterate people who would not be able to integrate themselves to the modern society.
I remember
The first wave of Hmong civilians were able to come to the United States in 1976, including Fong Her. Now, Her serves as a Minnesota senator, fighting for a change before it's too late.
Special Guerrilla Unit, or SGU, should have the same access to veteran benefit as anybody else.
The U.S. Veterans Affairs says under the law, the Hmong soldiers are not veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces because they served as an ally and not in the U.S. military.
I know there's some complexity involved, but the process is long overdue.
Minnesota lawmakers were able to pass a new state holiday marking May 14th as Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit's Memorial Day.
We also passed here in state Minnesota to build a Secret War and Laos Veteran Memorial.
Today, that memorial stands on the grounds of the state capitol, honoring the 35,000 Hmong soldiers that died during the Vietnam conflict. But for the 6,000 Hmong veterans that are still alive, like Vang Khai, who before never had a country to call their own.
Now that we made it to America, we need to do well.
They now are grateful to have a country to call home. Hmong veterans in Minnesota currently do not receive state benefits, but lawmakers are keeping an eye on a proposed bill in Wisconsin that would give veteran status to Hmong soldiers. For CCX News, I'm Pa-Fu Yang.
Friday night, the Wayzata football team puts its undefeated record on the line one final time this season. The Trojans have spent the past 2 weeks preparing for their Prep Bowl opponent, Champlin Park.
The players can hardly contain their excitement. Playing for a state championship at the Prep Bowl is a dream come true.
I grew up watching it my whole life, I love football, and so, you think, oh, what if that's going to be me, or, what if that's, our team next year, and nothing prepares you for it. It's an unbelievable feeling. It's so awesome.
It's such an experience. I'll remember this for the rest of my life with the friends that I've been with, every day for the past 6 months. It's such a good experience. I'm so glad I get to do it with these boys.
With an extra week to prepare for Champlin Park, practices for the Trojans have been shorter, but on task.
One thing I haven't had to worry about is, are they going to practice hard? Are they going to be, focused? And so their focus has been great. They've really been deliberate about what they come out and do, and they also kind of know how to have a good time, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Wayzata State semifinal win came over a run-heavy offensive team in Lakeville South. The Trojans are preparing for different challenges from the Rebels come Friday night.
They're a pass team, quite the opposite of what Lakeville South was. They got a good quarterback, they got good receivers, so we just got to be disciplined on defense, do your 1/11th, and that's basically it, just play good defense.
These are two very good football teams, and sometimes at the end of the night, the winner just does the basics a little bit better.
We got to eliminate penalties. We can't have stupid penalties. Turnovers are going to be a big factor in the game, and I think we playing great defense. I think those things are a great formula to win, and I think both teams have good offenses, and so we're looking forward to the challenge.
Wayzata's opponent Friday, Champlin Park, has made an impressive run through the playoffs. They eliminated defending 6A champion Lakeville North in the semifinals. Jay Wilcox has more on the Rebels.
It's been a dream season for the Champlin Park football team, and they're enjoying the run leading to the Prep Bowl.
It's been good, man. I love this group of guys, man. We worked hard for this, This is no surprise to us, we expected this at the beginning of the season.
No, yeah, it's exciting. Just every day at school, someone at least brings it up at least once, either a teacher or a student just coming up to us and saying congrats and good luck for the upcoming game.
With Thanksgiving falling late on the calendar this year, the Rebels and all Prep Bowl teams got an extra week of preparation after the semifinals.
I think we were a little banged up after last game, just sore. Everybody obviously played their hardest at every game, so this week to get back full strength for the Prep Bowl is huge.
We had a bye week before, so we already know how it feels like to have a week off, so it won't be too much to affect us.
Coming into the season, a Wayzata Champlin Park matchup in the 6A final probably wasn't what most would have picked, but both teams have shown they belong.
People would have probably guessed it would have been Eden Prairie or Lakeville North or maybe even Lakeville South. So I think maybe Wayzata is a small surprise, and Champlin is probably a big surprise in a lot of people's eyes. But you got to take it week by week, and we have had some guys that actually hadn't played football in the past that came out this year and really stepped up.
The Champlin Park guys know they're facing a strong team, yet they're confident too.
Yeah, their defense is good. They have a lot of good athletes, so for me to make sure to know where they are always at.
Just shut down the run, Obviously they got a good defense, but, we got an offense that's, can take care of that, so we're not worried.
Champlin Park's ready for the third Prep Bowl in program history. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Kickoff is scheduled for 7 o'clock Friday night for the Trojans-Rebels game. We have a special page set up on our website to view stories and the state playoff games for both teams. Head to our website at ccxmedia.org and click on the Sports tab, and then go to our Sports home page. Channel 45 has exclusive broadcast rights to the Prep Bowl. That is all for sports. More news after this.